Greetings, dear ones. I'm Kryon of Magnetic Service. The time is here that we spoke about so long ago, that we have been speaking about for so many years. It is not a bad time. It's a time of light. We've told you now for many years to expect a time where you could start to use the tools that so many of you know you have. Part of the frustration of the Lightworker has been that the tools of light were always stopped, that high thinking was never accepted, that love and harmony and compassion were seen as things that did nothing. And so you've been in a bubble so long, dear Lightworker, dear loving human being. A bubble that seemed to stop everything you did, where no one believed it, to a point where you were frustrated beyond belief that those things which you knew worked didn't work for you. The bubble is starting to pop over and over. Not a bubble that goes away slowly, it is starting to pop. Where light can be transmitted and compassion works, and the things in your toolkit that have been there for so long are now starting to be tools. Tools of enlightenment, you might say. Tools of mastery. And you start to get results. I want to talk about that just a little bit. The day, the one. I want you to look at these things metaphorically, for this is the way Spirit works with you. The metaphors are always abundant for you, and that is the way Spirit speaks. For metaphors can be seen by all cultures and all languages, whereas the actual language, perhaps, is lacking. I want you to look at the one today and see something different. I want you to see pillars. I want you to see pillars that are going to hold up something that never was held up before. You. I want you to see perhaps a foundation being laid that will support those pillars today. The year of the 6, the harmony, the balance, promotes that which is you. To build a foundation, to have those pillars as large as you wish to support something that you're building. You might call it, it's the beginning of the house of mastery. We use that term mastery and we mean it just like you think. The masters of the planet, they all had something in common, and we can start listing those things. Those things are not necessarily the ability to create miracles. Those things are the ability to be silent when you need to. Mastery doesn't react, dear ones. It observes. Mastery observes and then sends compassionate action where it's needed. There are so many kinds of things that mastery does that are really you. If you study it, if you want it, if you build this house. But this is the year to start building it. All of these years, these past 2 years especially, have been for you to see what should be done. And you might say, well, I'm ready to change my government. I'm ready to do this and that. Let me tell you the best way to do that. Because this is where it gets good. And this is about the bubble. As you continue to build a light temple around yourself, it's a transmitter. Dear ones, most of the indigenous knew about the transmitter in their own way. Some of those early, even religious systems knew about the transmitter. And here's what I want to tell you. The more you take on that which is your soul energy of mastery, As you pop the bubble, the more you start using those tools that we're talking about, those tools of maturity, of harmony and balance, of non-judgment, of peace, the more you start using them for yourself, the more you transmit that energy right where you stand to the planet. You're a transmitter, and you didn't even know that. That is where the term lighthouse, the metaphor, came from. The lighthouse stands alone on the rock, perhaps in the storm, but the ships at sea see it, and it steers them into that harbor which is safe. It's a transmitter of light. They may not even know your name. The more you build your temple of light, the more you take care of yourself, the more you expand in all that you are, the more that you do that, the more you then transmit this to the planet, to others, in ways that you're not even aware of, until someone comes up to you you don't even know, with tears in their eyes, and looks at you, and you say, "What is it?" And they say, "I don't know what you've got, but I want it." That'll happen, and then you'll realize that you're a transmitter. If you put enough transmitters on this planet of light, the planet changes, governments change, all the systems start to change. The light exposes the corruption, the dirt, the things that shouldn't be there. All the things that you're frustrated with now start to click into place, and the dominoes fall where they should, and the earth starts to change, and it makes the shift real. That's who you are. That's what the 1-1 is about. It's the beginning of the temples of light, all of you. I'm Kryon, in love with humanity, for good reason, and so it is.